You ever had that before?
No.
Ooh, it's rough.
I'm STD free.
I've talked about it on the show before. It was back in my younger days. But
You had the clap?
Yeah, it's fucking terrible. Well, remember, I spent so much time.
It was herpes, right?
No, it was literally was that gonorrhea?
Genital warts?
No, everybody has those. Everybody has AIDS too.
Yeah.
You've heard the song from Team America. Everyone has AIDS.
Yeah.
Everyone has AIDS.
But yeah, I spent a bunch of time like not talking about it on the show because it's fucking horribly embarrassing. And then the first show that we had Adam from Skeleton Factory on, it wasn't herpes. You can't fix herpes with antibiotics, at least as far as I know.
That's irrelevant.
But yeah, Adam was the one that called me out for it because he was there for the whole situation, because I got it from him. But no, I didn't.
Hey, we don't kink shame.
Gentlemen, cheers. Let's.
I need to make a drink real quick.
Oh shit! All right, there's some Maker's Mark.
Okay.
Maker's Mark, baby.
Pour this real quick.
Here's a glass for you.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling.
We're in, baby.
Iconoblast. We put the past on blast. Hit 'em with the truth, with things you never knew. Nobody is safe, no thing to place. Got Joel and Coop with history in your face. Iconoblast.
I've been very fortunate that I've never contracted an STD, and not yet, at least. Still time, I'm sure.
Good for you, Joe.
Oh yeah, God willing.
At least nothing.
Fingers crossed.
You can't test positive if you never get tested, right?
Hey, that's how I do it.
Kind of like COVID.
I'm STD free too. Never been to the doctor.
I haven't been in a long time.
It looks like I have two dicks now. It's weird. But
Hey, look, I'll put it this way: if I've never seen anybody like walk out of a hospital that was sick when they walked in. I mean, my dad didn't have cancer until he went to the hospital for the first time.
right.
Yes, that's true.
Right.
Look at it that way.
I mean, glass half full type situation, hopefully. So, intro. I guess.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Iconoblast podcast. This is the show that takes a look behind the public facades of famous icons to show you why you can never take anything at face value. My name is Cooper, and across from me, as always, is Joel Benner, and today we are joined by the one and only Boston Joe. This is something we've been talking about for a while now. Like
since the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah.
Long time coming. I'm so excited to be here. A little horny.
Nice.
Oh, dude, me
Just
too.
a
I'm
little?
glad I'm not the only one.
Rock hard, baby.
Well, those eyes you got make me horny all the
Right?
time. Yeah, look at those things.
Fucking magical.
All I got to do is just bat my eyelashes. They're way too long. That's what Lastro said on the live show. He's like, Boston Joe's got the longest damn eyelashes I've ever seen. That's not a bad Lastro impression, right?
That sounded
Swear
like
to God.
That was pretty good.
Swear to God. But yeah, they're long. Ladies love them. They annoy me, but whatever works, right?
Oh yeah, whatever gets the job done.
Did you have a good time at that Super
Give
Bowl
those
party?
good butterfly kisses.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. I mean, like I said before, Dan Holloway waved to me, acknowledged me when he saw me. Like, oh, look,
That's
that's
a big
Boston
deal.
Joe. Wave. How? And I was like, dude, that's fucking rad.
That's one step closer to getting fucked by him.
A boy can dream.
It's a slippery slope. Trust me, it is a slippery slope. No, that's something that's kind of funny. Is like I've been writing for American Party Podcast and Fake News for, I think next month it's going to be a year officially that I've been writing for them. And I still fanboy over like Dan and Dakota and Ross and shit like that. Anytime that they have any sort of interaction with me, I'm just like, oh, they're paying attention to me. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah. I haven't.
Probably my daddy issues.
Yeah, well, you want to talk daddy issues? We could be here all night if that's the case. Jesus Christ. Anyone who listens to Tailgate Legends knows Tansy loves bringing up the fact that Boston Joe doesn't have a dad, which, who needs one?
Oh yeah, Boston Joe's on Drinking Bros Sports Network.
Mm-hmm.
I am.
If you don't know, now you know.
Yeah, so you want to give a plug for that real quick?
Yeah, I mean, Tailgate Legends is on a little hiatus because the football season has come to a close. But I'm sure, next time, next year, we'll be back doing it again, whether I'm in North Carolina still or maybe down here in Austin with you boys. Who knows?
God willing, down here
Who
in
knows?
Austin. Fuck, that would be so much
I've
fun.
been flirting hard with the idea. So I would love to, because obviously I'd love to be more involved with the network, trying to do a little music thing too. And maybe
Yeah, you were shredding on guitar earlier. That was dope.
Let's try. I've been playing for about 12 years, and I just started singing. So I, as you can tell, I hate my voice. I don't like listening to myself. That's why I usually don't talk. You never hear me talk. But no, I just started singing, like, I don't know, 9 months ago now, and it's funny when, like, I thought I still think my voice kind of sucks. Every once in a while, I'll be like, oh, that wasn't so bad. But I'll play a gig and people be like, wow, your voice is really good. And I laugh. Call my mom. I'm like, Mom, someone said my voice is good. She laughs. I'm like, I know it's bullshit.
Don't listen to them, honey. They're full of shit.
I let my guitar sing for me. I'm more of a lead guitar player. But yeah, I'm actually opening up for Marshall Tucker Band in May, which is pretty cool.
Where's that going to be at?
Fuck yeah.
In Clayton, North Carolina, baby.
Clayton, North Carolina. Do you ever do any like touring or anything
No,
like that?
I mean, I just gig. I do like solo gigs. I'm playing with 2 different little bands, little trio bands, if you will.
What's the craziest thing that you've done, like gigging?
Well,
so the most fucked up thing that you've seen with your own eyes.
well, we had a gig a couple weeks ago at this place in Clayton. It was packed. We were crushing it. And I was only playing lead guitar, and these women were like coming up on the stage, middle-aged Clayton women, like caressing my chest. And
Oh, yeah.
And I'm literally like, I'm trying
Cougars?
to fucking
Cougars?
Yeah, some of them.
Were they
Some
hot?
of them. Some of them.
Would you?
I would.
Fuck yeah.
He did.
Maybe.
You don't
I mean, it
kiss
was
and tell?
flattering. It was flattering. Don't get me wrong. But I'm like, you're trying to fucking guitar solo here. I'm like trying to do something cool, and then
Like, I'm not Stevie Ray Vaughan. I can't keep the shit going no matter what
I
happens.
wish
Give me
I
a
was
break.
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Dude, have you ever seen the video of Stevie Ray Vaughan breaking the string?
Dude, he's
Swaps out the guitar, just does not break the song at all. His fucking roadie comes running up, gives him a new guitar, and he comes back in at the perfect fucking time.
Yeah, him
Dude,
and Kobe, helicopter parents. It's a shame. Life taken far too soon. No, I'm a huge Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, and we're in Texas and we're in Austin, and that's his old stomping grounds. But someone who I love, a more contemporary person, is John Mayer. I know we always talk about John Mayer. He's got a huge dick, and he writes horrible songs. But he's got amazing songs, and he's an amazing guitar player.
Dude, he is. I think that like I wanted to hate John Mayer for a long time until I started actually like looking into his guitar techniques and shit, and he is fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like the shit that like either with finger picking or being able to play lead or anything like that, he's really fucking good.
Absolutely, and he's
Like I can't help but respect him.
he's the only thing good that's ever come out of Connecticut. Connecticut is horrible. As being from Boston, I know Connecticut's a piece of shit. But, I mean, he really does emulate Stevie Ray Vaughan, not only with his guitar playing, but with his voice, too. And, I mean, a fine cocksmith, too. Let's be honest. That
Oh,
dude
God,
has
he is-
slayed some dragons, dude.
Oh,
You kidding
dude,
me?
he has laid some pipe in like all of the most famous women in Hollywood.
Speaking of laying pipe, though, let's get back to the story about these older women.
Oh, yeah,
They're caressing me up on
cougars.
stage.
Yeah.
and-
So what happened?
well, it wasn't that intense and crazy, but the funniest part about
Was
it
your shirt
was,
off?
No.
Were you-
no, but
were you
I had
sweaty
a
from
couple
playing-
Little
were you
chest
sweaty?
hairs showing for all the people watching on YouTube's right now. The ladies watching.
Come on the Drinking Bros History channel on YouTube to see Boston Joe's hairy chest.
There's not a single hair on my ass. It's all on my chest. In case you
Oh, really?
in case you were wondering about my ass.
complete opposite for me.
Complete opposite for me. Yeah, no hair on the chest, all over the ass.
I'm gonna have to double check and confirm that. But
We'll compare once we're done with the episode.
Yeah. Or during later
there
after
was
a couple drinks.
there was another woman in the crowd, and she was giving me the googly eyes and everything, and I look, and her fly's down. So I I see her, and I like point to her, and I give her the little finger wave, like, come over here. And she's like, me? I'm like, yeah, you come over here. She comes over to me. It's in between songs. The guy who's singing and playing acoustic is tuning his guitar, and I lean over. I was like, hey, I don't want to embarrass you, but your fly's down. And she goes to I go, don't do it now. Don't do it now. Just walk away. Fix it in the corner. She's like, thank you. So yeah, that's the craziest thing, I suppose. But
I don't
That's
want to
pretty
embarrass you, but your meat flaps are hanging out. And don't zip it up right now, or else you're going to get
Yeah,
caught
was
in the
there like
zipper.
pubes? Was she wearing underwear?
she was luckily for everyone there. But
Well, it wasn't a Tom Jones show, so understandable.
Dude, that just reminded me of a quick, tight little tangent. The guy who does our tattoos, Aaron,
Yeah.
his wife one time was working at a job. She worked at the mall, and she was wearing like white yoga pants with no underwear, and hadn't shaved in a bit.
Ooh, boy.
coming through.
The whole day. The whole fucking day, she had like a black bush sticking through her fucking yoga pants, and
Holy
she didn't know.
shit.
Yeah, and everyone was looking at her, and people were laughing, and she couldn't figure it out, and then she did, and then she was super fucking
You
embarrassed.
gotta be a little self-aware. I mean, come on. Let me wear white leggings and not see if my fucking pubes are poking through. Yeah,
You're running late. You don't like your job. You kind of just go. And try to
Always
got
gotta
to
wear underwear.
Gotta wear underwear.
just phoning it in.
Yeah, sorry about that, Aaron's wife.
Yeah,
Sorry to call you out.
we won't name any names. We have well, at least I have a bad habit of doing that on the show where I'm not supposed to say a name, but I'll accidentally say it.
Yeah.
So anyway, I can't think of a decent segue for how to handle this, but we're talking about Jimmy Page today, and this is an episode that Boston Joe himself wrote for the show. And
On
honestly,
my phone, on my notes.
I was just telling Joel right before we started that you put this together like amazingly well.
Really?
Yeah, no, it was fucking awesome. I had to do very little editing. I threw in a couple little extra things here and there, but yeah, fucking it was real concise. Hit all the high points. So I'm looking forward to getting into the topics. So
Well, to be fair, I mean that's my guy. I mean that's my favorite
This is your boy?
guitarist. That's my boy, Led
Who
Zeppelin.
is he? Oh,
James
Led
Patrick
Zeppelin.
Page, the lead guitarist of Led Zeppelin, amongst other things that we will find out. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, and this is actually the episode that we initially talked about doing together when you came back out here. Oh, another side tangent here. The first time that both of us met you was at the Super Bowl party last year.
Yeah.
And
Over a year ago.
I remember when they I didn't know that you were already doing a podcast at that time. I thought that you were one of the other listeners that was hanging out at the studio, and they called you up and you were sitting down doing some commentary with Ross and Dan, and I think Jesse might have been up there at that time.
And we
but
were on the ghost bed snugging up.
yeah, you were all up there on the ghost bed, and I was sitting there watching you, and I just kept thinking like, "Fuck, man, this guy is good. He should do a podcast."
That's
I mean,
very
the
flattering. Thank you.
commentary was good. It was funny, fucking quick on the draw. Like I was like, "Oh man, I got to learn how to do that."
Yeah, the women usually say I'm quick on the draw too. Boing.
Those older women you've been hanging out with.
Those cougars in Claytona Beach.
So James Patrick Page was born in 1944 in Heston, England.
How many cougars have you banged?
Actually, yeah, I'd kind of like to
Sorry.
know that before we
Before we actually start this.
Well, married women love me. So
Really?
I was in a long relationship, and I got my heart broken. So I had my sexual renaissance, if you will. And
You were like, fuck this. I'm going to have some fun.
fuck this, fuck that, fuck this, fuck that. Did it move? I'm fucking it. So now I'm a little bit more focused on other things. Now I'm like, trying to get
Calm
into this
down. You
podcast
sold
thing
the
and this
oats?
music thing. Huh?
Sowed your wild oats.
Yeah, something like that.
We were actually talking about that on the last episode. The last episode was a Valentine's Day episode that we did with good old Jables. And yeah, we were talking about how before you get into anything really committed and long term, you got to kind of spread the seed.
You gotta be a
get the
fucking
freak
whore
out of
for
your
a while.
system.
Yeah.
You test drive the car before you buy it, too.
Exactly.
It's like,
Yeah.
what are we
And
doing?
you're not gonna buy the first car that you test drive. You test drive a handful of cars.
If
and
you
then-
did, you would be a military guy, right?
Yeah.
well, if you did, yeah, you would marry the first one that you came across.
And then divorce her, and Anyway, proceed.
So James Patrick Page was born in 1944 in Heston, England. Jimmy found his calling awaiting him when he moved into a new home as a kid. The guitar was left there by the previous owners. Fate had delivered to him the tool with which he would soon become a legend. He started playing at 12 and took some lessons, but in his own words, quote, "When I grew up, there weren't many other guitarists. There was one other guitarist in my school who actually showed me the first chords that I learned, and I went on from there. I was bored, so I taught myself the guitar from listening to records. So obviously it was a very personal thing." And how did so you as a fellow guitarist, how did you initially learn how to play guitar? Because that's pretty much the way that I learned how to play guitar was I learned the basic from friends and family members, and from there I just started playing along with my favorite bands. I would sit there and pluck through it and figure out how to play the songs, and then that's how I learned pretty much everything that I know about guitar, which is very little.
I mean, that's probably the best way. That's the old school way, right? Like Jimmy Page didn't have Marty Schwartz on YouTube to show him some shit.
He's
the man.
I love Marty Schwartz.
He's awesome.
I have him. I'm subscribed to him on YouTube. I've learned many songs from him.
What about John Frusciante? He has a bunch of...
Oh, we can definitely talk about John Frusciante because
Wait, does he have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes over
shit.
his style and everything. He just rejoined the Chili Peppers. He's my favorite Chili Peppers guitarist.
He's back in the Chili Peppers again?
They're touring, and I'm seeing them in August, baby.
No
shit.
So
Okay.
excited, dude. They're coming out with a new album in April. They just dropped a single called Black Summer.
Is
Alright,
it good?
so-
with,
dig it.
with John Frusciante on it?
Yep.
Okay.
Very Stadium Arcadium. That's my favorite Chili Peppers album. It says how old I am by saying Stadium Arcadium is my favorite, but it's a very classic rock vibe. I'm a classic rock guy, obviously.
They suck without him.
Yeah, it wasn't the same. That's why they toured with the guy before. I think it's Josh something. And I'm like, I'd go see him, but it's all about Frusciante. I'm a guitar player, right?
Well, my controversial opinion is they suck with him also, but John Frusciante
you don't
is
like the
fucking
Chili
amazing.
Peppers?
I liked Blood Sugar Sex Magic. I liked a couple songs off of that album, and outside of that, for the most part, oh god, I fucking hate Californication. I got it. It might have been because they overplayed those songs so much.
You can't blame them for that, though.
But when it dropped, that
True.
album was fucking great.
Okay,
Well, even when it first
I was in
dropped,
high school.
I never got into it. Like Blood Sugar Sex Magic, that was like a formative album.
Under the
for
Bridge
me.
and Give It Away, right?
Yeah,
You
that
can't
one
fuck- you can't
I
fuck
absolutely
with that.
loved, but pretty much everything after that, I've just never been able to get into Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
But John Frusciante, actually, you were the one that got me to appreciate John Frusciante.
Yeah.
Because
I
you were
love
playing
his
his
solo albums and
album.
shit.
His solo album is he's
Songs
fucking
Like
amazing.
Lonely. He's got a couple of really great songs, and he's super Hendrixy. The way he wraps his thumb around the neck of the guitar rather than bar chording it, and just the embellishments he does. He's super Hendrixy. I love John Frusciante. I love the Red Hot Chili Peppers. But if you want to earn a new appreciation for them, watch Live at Slane Castle. I think it's in Ireland. And that, to me, is like when we talked about John Mayer, where the light is when he plays in L.A., he opens up for himself and then closes for himself. Those are the things that I always tell people. That's fine if you don't like them. Watch that, listen to that, and tell me if you still feel the same way after. So Live at Slane Castle, the song Don't Forget Me, which I cover, or at least try to cover. That's probably my favorite Red Hot Chili Pepper song, and not a lot of people really know about that song.
I don't think I've ever
It's fucking
heard
great.
it.
And Kiedis is like a rapper poet who decided to learn how to sing.
Yeah.
And
He has a distinct voice. I like it.
He does have a really distinct voice, and I mean, pretty much everybody in the band is very, very good at what they do.
And Will Ferrell plays drums for them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. That was great.
They did
I've
an
been trying to
SNL
think of
drum off.
a decent joke to fucking reference their drummer.
Gotcha.
Because holy shit, he looks exactly like Will Ferrell.
Yeah, he does.
Haven't they even done?
They did a drum battle.
Yeah. on
That's
SNL.
right. Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
And another little fun fact, Flea is, I don't know if you guys watched The Wild Thornberrys back in the day on Nickelodeon. Again,
No,
showing
I
my
didn't.
age.
That was just a little bit before my time,
They had
or a little bit after my time.
They had a little wild child kid who just made noises, and Flea does the voice for that.
No shit.
that's
it,
fun fact.
It looks like they based the character off of him. Also,
Something like that.
Flea is one of those bassists that that give bassists a good name.
It's like Flea and Fieldy from Korn, right?
Well, I don't
Like
know
two
about
best bassists
I don't know
ever.
about Fieldy. I would say you got
Victor
Flea,
Wooten's really good.
Victor, yes. Holy shit!
Les Claypool is good, but he's weird.
Les Claypool's weird, but the stuff that he's able to do with the bass is absolutely amazing. And you've heard the story about him with Metallica, where he tried out to be the bass player for Metallica.
Les Claypool?
Yeah, he did.
Really?
He tried out to be the bass player for Metallica, and they literally told him, like, no, you're too good. Like, we just need somebody to play bass. We don't need somebody to be the lead guitarist
Throwing
playing
shade.
bass.
Throwing shade to the next
You're making
guy
us
who
all
fills
look
in.
bad, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen Metallica live at Gillette Stadium, like so close, like
That's
in the
cool.
pit. Felt the pyrotechnics. I know that some people shit on Metallica.
I never got
whatever.
to see him live. I wish I did.
I
Yeah,
love
I've
James
never got
Hetfield.
to see
I
him
wish
live either.
Dave Mustaine kind of stayed with them the whole time. That would have been a completely different Metallica. I think he's a better guitarist than Kirk Hammett. He's
Really?
Yeah, he's does Megadeth, right? He's the lead
Yeah.
singer. But the first Metallica album is Dave Mustaine. And to me, I think he's a much...
Oh wait, shit! I didn't know that they actually did. I knew that he was in the band
Yeah, killed
very
them all.
early on, but I didn't know that he was actually the guitarist for that album.
Yeah,
Kill 'Em All's good album.
great
Yeah.
album.
Yeah,
Four Horsemen.
My personal favorite. This also might be
Is
an
Saint Anger?
unpopular opinion. Saint Anger is by far the best Metallica album. No, and Justice for All is my favorite Metallica album.
Master of
for-
Puppets is good.
But,
Ride the Lightning
yeah,
for
they're-
me.
They're all fucking good. The newest album, something that Joel got me into, it is
that-
their
it's-
newest one.
I think so, or it might be one old now.
Yeah, that one.
What's it called? The one with. It's really good though.
It's
Yeah.
really
they
fucking
sucked for
good.
so long, and then they
And
somehow
then all of a sudden they come back with this fucking
one weird album that's like old school.
yeah.
Yeah, well, every once in a
one is
while
it?
you have
I gotta look it up.
like a renaissance, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I fucking love Metallica.
It's like the new Deftones albums. Their best fucking
Holy
album.
shit! The new Deftones album is one of the greatest albums I've ever heard.
Not a lot of bands get better, right? I mean, maybe they do, but then they have a peak and then they dip.
Yeah.
So it's really like they have that prime, and a lot of bands is like that's why like with the Chili Peppers, the past two have been like, But now that Frusciante's back, maybe there is sort of a reawakening in the force that all of a sudden they got, the juju back. And that's why I'm really looking forward to the album, but I still have low expectations, so I don't get too excited, right? But
The album's called Death Magnetic. It came out in 2008. If you haven't listened to it, you should.
2008? That's
Yeah.
their newest album?
Well, no, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I think it's one old now. But the new one after this sucks. And the one before this sucks. But this one in the
But
middle
Death
was
Magnetic,
actually good.
They fucking nailed it. Like
They
it's
came
got,
back.
It's got. I wouldn't say that it has the old school Metallica feel, but
Somewhere in between.
It's a fucking rockin' album. Like
Yeah.
it's
The
fun
Unforgiven
to listen
3.
to, and
Part 3.
I can't think of any other band that does sequels to their songs. Is there any other one that?
No, but there's a really bad sequel to Space Oddity by David Bowie. Ground Control to Major
Wait, no
Tom.
shit?
Yeah, Peter Schilling. It's called Coming Home, and it's about Major Tom coming home. And I'm like, dude, you
I thought
can't do that. He died.
I thought the whole
Major
point of
Tom
the
is dead.
fucking song was that
So
he didn't come
stupid.
back.
It's like so.
Whoa,
like
it's kind of like
80s,
Bud
cheesy.
McAllister vibes, kind of.
Ooh, Bud McAllister. I'm not sure if you're familiar with Bud McAllister, but Bud McAllister is an astronaut that Joel convinced to perform an experiment in space and ultimately killed him.
What?
Yeah.
You killed a guy?
Gotta
Well,
go
I
back
didn't
to
kill
the-
him. He killed himself.
That's not a stateside if he was in space, right?
No.
No, it's also not murder because he technically did it by
did
his
it
own
to
hand.
himself.
It was his own fart that killed him.
I wanted to know if you farted into a jar and then took it into space and then sucked all the oxygen out of the place and breathed in the fart, if you could actually take a breath.
If it would be enough oxygen to keep you going for a little bit longer, because these are the type
And
of
it
thoughts that
worked.
goes through Joel's head.
It
Wait,
worked.
you told a guy to do this, and he did it, and he died. Like, this is
Yeah.
real.
Well,
This is-
because after the one, it worked though. The experiment was a success, but then he didn't really pay attention to the fact that after the one fart breath, there was still no oxygen. in there.
Didn't plan ahead enough.
All right, he deserved to die after hearing that. Let's be honest. Too soon, but
We should play that clip right now. I don't have it, but no, it's playing now. And
Okay, yeah,
we don't get to watch
We'll
it.
pretend that it's playing right now, and then.
But real quick,
jump back
because
into it. Yeah.
you asked me about like my guitar learning thing and my like origin story, if you will. I think it's actually a pretty cool story because I was flirting with the idea of learning to play guitar. I had a really good buddy, shout out Billy, who was playing, and I was like, my fingers are too fat, can't do it. He's like, your fingers are kind of fat. But I'm like, I don't know, man. But I was, starting to get into classic rock, and Queen was my first real classic rock band that really
dude.
got me going.
Fucking, I still want to
Queen's
figure
the
out
shit.
exactly how to get Brian May's guitar
He's a
sound.
rocket scientist.
Dude,
he made that guitar.
Yeah, I know. That is one of the coolest fucking stories I've ever heard. Is like the guitar that he played through the majority of his career. I think on all of their albums.
Yeah, it's the only one I've ever really seen him with, honestly.
Yeah, he was playing a guitar that he made, like literally made from scratch with his dad.
Yeah,
That's
crazy.
cool.
I can barely fucking change my strings over here. I'm a plug and play guy. But so, I was flirting with the idea. I was starting to get into good music, and then my house burnt down. And it started above...
Why'd you burn your house down?
Well, it's funny because the plot thickens because it wasn't me, it was my stepdad. And we don't need
It
to
was
get
my
into...
alter ego.
Yeah. We don't need to get into all the family dynamics here, but my stepdad, he didn't really like me very much. And
He tried to burn you alive?
No, it was when I was actually at school. There was nobody in the house, but he figured all of Joe's belongings are in his room. Let me start it right above his room and burn it all to shit, baby. And he did.
Wait,
God
no
damn.
shit.
That's true?
Yeah. So my dad abandons me, and then my stepdad was even worse for 20 years. What a life.
Holy
But
shit.
that's why we sing the blues, right? So anyway,
Welcome to America, man.
right? So, I mean,
Great country.
at least I had my white privilege. But anyway, so that happens, and I'm, heartbroken. I was like 15 years old, and, you lose your like Xbox and all your cool band tees that I had. And I'm like, my world is over. This sucks. So my mom said, okay, you don't have anything right now. You don't have anything to do. I will buy you your first guitar, and I will pay for your lessons if you commit. And I go, absolutely. So I was obsessed. I had literally nothing else. I was going to a private Catholic high school at the time. So I had a shitty polo and khakis, and that's it. And my mom got me, a Fender, a little $100 guitar. And the guy who actually sold me the guitar was like, you want to start getting lessons? I'm like, yeah. You know anyone? He's like, I'll teach you lessons, bro. He said to me, lyrics are wasted time between guitar solos. I'm like, you are the guy
love
who needs
that
to teach
man.
me. He was a metalhead. He won a Jackson guitar in Germany in a guitar battle. Like, he was rad as fuck. Megadeth was his favorite band.
Sick.
Like, he was
I
super
like this
cool.
guy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, his name was Dave. And,
Love you, Dave.
His name was Dave Mustaine. You might have heard
Yeah.
him.
That'd be really cool. So I was absolutely obsessed, and again, it was all I had, so it's all I did. I, no exaggeration, played probably 6 hours a day. I would wake up before school and play. Now it's like, 6 in the morning, I don't want to touch my fucking guitar. I was like, I want to play it just for a little bit before I go to school. Come home, play guitar, and that's all I wanted to do, and that's all I had.
That's cool.
So the first, 3 years of me playing, I played every fucking day for hours and hours and hours.
And you're still that shitty?
You'd think it'd be better.
God, yeah, what the fuck? You should be a genius at this shit by now.
But what I wanted to be was Jimmy Page because I didn't, really, I love guys like Neil Young. We won't get into that. But, guys like that, singer-songwriter guys I dug. But I wanted to be the lead guitar player. And, watching The Song Remains the Same, watching Jimmy Page with Led Zeppelin, I'm like, that's what I want to do. No Quarter, Since I've Been Loving You, songs like that. I'm like, I want to learn how to do that.
You wanted to shred.
It's exactly what I wanted to fucking do. I wanted to melt the faces
Super
of the
shredder,
people.
dude.
Yep. So that's kind of what inspired me, and that's all I wanted to do. So I didn't focus and really care about learning songs to sing. I'm like, how's that riff go? How does what is he doing here? And of course, I learned the basics. I had a good teacher who's like, all right, you're gonna learn the chords first, bro. You can't just all of a sudden, start shredding it. So I trust.
It's the same as eating pussy, right? You gotta practice and train to get good
before you start shredding it.
Before you start shredding that pussy up. Yeah. Same thing.
Yeah. It always comes back to sex. Let's be sex, drugs, rock and roll, baby. Come on.
Well, that's the reason you learned to play guitar in the first place.
That's why you
did help.
hang out
I'm not
with
gonna
those cougars.
But the problem was, it was you're in high school. Will you play Wonderwall? I'm like, dude, I just played Over the Hills and Far Away. That is way cooler than fucking Wonderwall. Like,
get a little bit of fucking culture.
What about Jumper by Third Eye Blind? And I'm like,
oh fuck, Third Eye Blind.
But I will. I kind of like Third Eye Blind, but that's a different story. So, Jimmy Page was my biggest inspiration. That's kind of how I started playing guitar. I had a couple other buddies who started learning around the same time, so we kind of learned from each other, taught each other things, jerked each other off, and then, we're off to the races.
Well, no, you already said taught each other things.
Yeah, I tried to slide it in there.
Goes together there.
But that's my
So you're good with
story.
your fingers, what you're saying.
Oh, very good. Very good. I've been told.
Oh, no, I can vouch for that. So speaking of your favorite guitarist.
Speaking of good fingers.
Jimmy Page would later become a revolutionary figure with the 6-stringed and sometimes 12-stringed instrument. There weren't many before him, so he looked up to some early rock stars like Scotty Moore and James Burton, but Jimmy would eventually surpass his boyhood influences with his own accomplishments. In a big way, because I can't place either one of the people that you referenced in these notes, but I know who the fuck Jimmy Page is, because anybody who's ever picked up a guitar with any sort of intention with it, you eventually learn who Jimmy Page is. Because
Scotty Moore played for Elvis.
Oh, no shit.
But he wasn't, playing fucking the solo of the Stairway to Heaven.
Obviously not fucking shredding the way Jimmy did.
Jimmy Page.
At the age of 13, Jimmy appeared on All Your Own, a talent show on the BBC where he was interviewed after his performance, and he said, quote, "I want to do biological research and find the cure for cancer." He never cured cancer, but he did do a lot of recreational pharmaceuticals. Jimmy then went on to play with the infamous Yardbirds, a band that featured other musical legends like Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton as former members, which I actually didn't even know that Eric Clapton used to be in the Yardbirds.
What's an Eric Clapton song?
Jesus, are you serious? Sunshine of Your Love? Cocaine?
Cocaine,
Tears in Heaven?
Yeah, Tears in Heaven.
Okay, that guy.
Beautiful Tonight.
That was before Cream. Yardbird stuff.
Wait, is it Cream is the one? Which group was he with when he did Cocaine? Well, I mean, he did Cocaine throughout most of his life, but the song Cocaine.
Well, the song Cocaine is actually a J.J. Cale song that he made famous. Same with Call Me the Breeze that Leonard Skinner made famous. That's a J.J. Cale song. And I don't know, probably like 10 years ago now, Clapton had an album dedicated to J.J. Cale. And he had John Mayer on it too. Come full circle with the John Mayer thing. Clapton said John Mayer is a guitar genius. I don't think he realizes how good he really is.
Well,
if you have someone like Clapton saying that about you, I mean,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, obviously Clapton, in my opinion, like Jimmy Page is my favorite, but it's hard to argue that Clapton isn't the GOAT because of longevity and all the types of things that he's done, like, acoustic stuff like Tears in Heaven, and then you have like Layla that's great acoustic and electric, and
Layla's a great song, dude.
Yeah, and he and it's about Patty Boyd, by the way, too. He stole her from George Harrison.
No shit.
He did. I read his book, and he was very like self-conscious. He couldn't get it up. He talked about in his book. He's like, I really had trouble with women when I started playing guitar. I'd turn my back during the solo, and he was
Couldn't
hanging
get it
out.
hard?
Yeah, couldn't get it up.
Damn.
Eric fucking Clapton.
It probably has something to do with the cocaine.
Yeah, maybe. So he's friends with George Harrison, and George Harrison is with this woman, Patty Boyd, like an all-time muse. And he's like, George, I love her. George Harrison's like, have her. And so
Holy shit.
Layla and Other Assorted Love Songs, that album by Derek and the Dominoes, is actually Eric Clapton and Duane Allman. That's why it's called Derek. They put their names together. And they made that album, and like Wonderful Tonight and Layla, like all those songs are about Patty Boyd.
No
That's
fucking
cool.
way.
Yeah.
I'd never heard that before.
It's great that my useless knowledge has now become useful.
You're,
That happens a lot on this show.
yeah, that's
Useless
that's
knowledge
pretty
becoming-
much becoming my entire career.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
So it was is it? I've got mad respect for Eric Clapton in terms, but in terms of mastery of the instrument, I think that is it Eric Johnson that did Cliffs of Dover?
Yes.
I think that I have to put him up there at the very top of the list. I think that he's among guitarists. He's obviously appreciated, but outside of the people that are actually interested in the technicality and the skill of guitar, I think that he is greatly underappreciated.
Yeah.
And Cliffs of Dover is, in my opinion,
Incredible.
and he recorded the recording that everybody has heard of that song, which we've actually played the song on the show before.
I think so, yeah.
He recorded that the most famous recording of Cliffs of Dover live. Played it all clean from start to finish. Absolutely
not mess up.
Fucking amazing.
Flawless.
So goddamn good.
But here's a weird,
victory.
a weird little, a weird little critique is that he's almost too perfect. Do you know Joe Bonamassa? You ever listen to him?
I recognize the name.
He's
I don't
very
think I could put it to
similar
a song.
to Eric Johnson, where he's
perfect.
He's almost too perfect. Someone like Jimmy Page is kind of a little sloppy, but that's like the
okay.
feeling.
That's what my lady
behind it.
says about Mastodon. She's like, they're so good, but it's too clean, it's too perfect.
Yes.
I don't like it.
Yes.
Maybe some of their newer stuff, if you go back
Yeah.
to their Remission album, like their earliest mainstream release. Mastodon is my hands down favorite fucking band of all time. I've got the Leviathan album cover tattooed on my right forearm. Absolutely love that band to death. They're one of the few
They
bands
shred.
that I can think of that it might be. It's not that they necessarily got better over the time. They got more talented with their instruments.
It's a lot cleaner too.
But it did get a lot cleaner. But I also
love it,
grew along with the band over the course of my life, where Remission came out when I was like in high school, and
it was a lot heavier.
consistently, yeah, very
Which you needed.
much heavier.
And now you're
but
getting
they've
older,
also
getting soft.
they've matured along with like my musical tastes, and every album, most recent one, I've listened
Tough.
to it like twice all the way through. Whereas
The last one, though,
Emperor of Sand,
Emperor of Sand, yeah.
holy shit, I listened to that a million fucking times. I listened to
On
it,
repeat.
Crack
Crack
the
the
Sky a million times.
You don't listen to Mastodon, I can tell.
Yeah, I mean, I know of them, but
You
I
should
never
Crack
really.
the Sky. You should listen to it at some point.
I mean, there's so much good
There's
shit
like
out there.
there's like two. There's like a 7-minute song and like a 12-minute song,
The Czar.
and they're fucking awesome.
One of the things that I appreciate about Mastodon is that they do concept albums. Periodically, they'll do concept albums where they have an album that from start to finish is telling some consistent story, and it has recurring
Sky, dude.
musical themes. And, yeah, Crack the Sky. Well, Emperor of Sand was also a concept album. It was, I think it was
What's the red? Is it Red Baron or something? What's the Baron song?
The Last Baron.
The Last Baron.
The Last
That
Baron
song's
is,
dope,
dude. I'm pretty sure that it's in The Last Baron. They actually they do a reference to YYZ or YYZ by Rush,
yeah.
where they straight up play the riff of dan 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 dan. And yeah, it's like a fucking 10-minute long song or something like that.
I mean, I'm a deadhead too, so 20-minute songs is fine with me. You know,
I think you like
get
Crack
lost,
the Sky.
get lost in the sauce.
I
just
think
jamming.
that the Crack the Sky album by Mastodon. I think
I'll
that
definitely
you
check
would
it out.
definitely like that one. Emperor of Sand is also a really good one, but I think that
Crack the Sky is the one to
yeah.
do first.
Oh, for sure, that would be the best entry point to Mastodon's later career. But yeah, I mean, Remission, if you're into shit that's heavier, Remission is fucking amazing. March of the Fire Ants, one of the best songs of all time, in my opinion.
I would listen to Crack. We would listen to Crack the Sky on repeat while playing Battlefield 3
for hours,
just like for days.
Well, actually, yeah, that's more accurate. For days on end.
Days on end,
just
one
listening
album.
to Crack the Sky on repeat, because it's one of those albums where you can listen to it from start to finish without having a specific. I mean, you can have some specific favorite parts, but it's one of those albums where you can listen to it from start to finish, and it feels like you just listened to one song.
Dark Side of the Moon.
Yes, exactly. Like
That's like the
a solid
album.
concept album. Yeah. And I feel like there should be more. Well, I was going to say I feel like there should be more mainstream bands that are doing concept albums, but those aren't really radio friendly because it's something that's meant to be enjoyed all in one piece.
Yeah.
Like everything runs into the next song.
We're in a TikTok generation, dude. 20 seconds, they want the next song. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like-
it definitely makes it a lot more difficult, but holy shit, if you have the time and patience to sit down and listen to a full concept album, it is a completely different experience than listening to a single song.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Even like The Wall
Yeah.
by Pink Floyd, that's another fucking amazing concept album where
Pink Floyd's one of my favorite bands
it's
ever.
just absolutely fucking beautiful
a story,
from start to
you know?
finish, and they're actually bringing back those like musical themes similar to
Anal Cunt does a lot of like 20, 30-minute songs.
yeah, Anal Cunt is notorious for how long their songs are, which by the way, if you don't know Anal Cunt, their songs
They're
usually top out at about a minute or a minute and a half, and most of them are like
But they do
30
release
seconds long.
They'll release like a 40-minute song though,
True.
a couple times.
Anal Cunt.
Yeah, a band called Anal Cunt.
Anal Cunt.
They're fucking amazing. They're like one of the earliest. I guess you could call them like one of the earliest thrashcore bands.
Okay.
They have the best song titles I have ever heard in
Well,
my
with a
entire
band
life.
name like that, I hope so.
And the most offensive song titles I've ever heard in my entire life, but they're clever at the same time.
Yeah, they're fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, Mastodon and Anal Cunt. I highly recommend both of those.
That's Anal Cunt.
This is Anal Cunt.
Yeah, this song is called Beating Up.
Yep.
Not gonna
That's
get,
what it's called.
Not going to get dinged for playing that?
No.
Oh, no, I think like
They're all
half
dead.
of the band is
It's not
dead
the
at this
Eagles,
point.
and they're not looking for people to sue and everything.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. I know the singer's dead, and I'm pretty sure that the majority of the rest of the band is dead. And any of the members that are still alive are too fucked up on heroin to actually care about anybody playing their songs. They're not going to give us any copyright
Oh,
strikes.
heroin.
One of their album covers, I think it was one of their album covers, is literally their lead singer getting a blowjob while injecting heroin.
Yes.
They're that kind of band.
And he looks like Fat Axl Rose.
He
looks like Fat Axl.
Guns
He
N'
looks
Roses
like
overrated.
modern day lead singer of Motley Crue. What's his name?
Nikki Sixx, or is he not the lead singer?
No, the lead singer, something hard.
Fuck, I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah. Anyway, he
Kickstart my heart.
yeah he looks like the modern day lead singer of Motley Crue after he gained a bunch of weight.
Yikes.
and went past his prime. And that's Anal Cunt, amazing band.
And that's Anal Cunt.
And now back to Jimmy
Another
Page.
amazing band is Led Zeppelin.
In the same sentence as Anal Cunt, Led Zeppelin.
Probably the first time they've ever been mentioned in the same sentence before.
Hope so. Jesus.
Both equally influential, by the way.
Yeah, equally talented as well.
So Jimmy Page then went on to play with the infamous Yardbirds, a band that featured other music legends like Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton as former members. He was first a part-time member due to the fact that then bassist Paul Samwell Smith got drunk and tore down a curtain before a show and tried to fight the lead singer, Keith Relf. Is that
Yeah, that's
Relf?
how
I think so.
heard it. Yeah, it's a weird name.
Paul's outburst led to him getting the full-time gig. So that seems so seems to like foreshadow their later persona.
It's like every rock and roll band ever. The guy gets too drunk. So I gotta say though, this has been a trend again for all the Tailgate Legends fans who are watching this out there. A trend is I always gotta fucking pee during these shows. I already have to fucking pee.
I asked
Is
you.
this
I asked you if you
literally
had to
peed
pee before we started.
Literally peed before we started.
I went pee by myself.
We,
I was like, you guys have to pee.
We could have crossed 3 streams right now. Are you kidding me? Intermission? Because I have to pee
I'm
too.
sorry, yeah.
No, yeah, full disclosure, I got to pee too.
We're happy to have you with us this evening and want you to enjoy every minute of your stay here. And while you relax and stretch, visit our concession where you'll find something to please you. There are ice-cold drinks, delicious sandwiches, ice cream, coffee and snacks, and many other pleasing treats. Our foods are fresh and tasty, our drinks satisfying and refreshing. They're so good.
Welcome back. How was your pee?
It was good. And,
Sensual.
How was your pee?
It's good.
Okay.
Speaking of pee, here's the smoothest segue in history. One of the early indicators of somebody being a serial killer is if they wet their bed until like later years in their life, usually between the ages of, I think, like 5 and 10.
What?
But if you're going to wet the bed, there's a specific bed that you don't want to wet because it's the best bed ever invented, and that is ghost bed.
You slept on the ghost bed last night, Coop.
I did.
And you wet the bed. And you're a 40.
Nope. I'm not 40.
You have mattress covers for that, though, so you go.
That is very, very true.
Wait, serial killers wet the bed till they get old? I did that.
I did too.
Actually, though?
I think that's the reason that we get along.
That's
so
why we're
well.
friends.
It's because we were both meant to be serial killers, but just the stars aligned perfectly for us to not
we met
actually
and
resort
stopped
to-
killing.
Yeah.
I hate to break up the ad, but I've wet the bed twice in college with 2 separate women in the bed, and I've had to wake them up and be like, I fucking pissed the bed. It was because I was super drunk and I had a dream that I walked over to the urinal and pissed.
I've had those dreams before, and every time I have one of those dreams, I wake up in a panic, like, holy shit,
Yes.
did I just piss
Well,
the
I've done
bed?
that before, too.
I haven't done it since.
I've woken up right as it first started.
Oh,
and
shit.
it didn't hit the bed yet, but I was just like, oh, and I ran into the bathroom and peed.
Well,
But I used to go stay at my friend's house and just piss all over their shit. And I
On
was so
purpose?
embarrassed about it. Yeah, because
Wait, on purpose?
no,
I thought you. Oh, okay.
R.
I thought
Kelly?
you just said on purpose.
no, not on purpose.
No, on all over the bed,
But I
not
would
over
wake
their
up,
sisters.
right? I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh, fuck, I pissed. And I would just not tell them and leave.
I would do the same fucking
You're
thing.
right. You are a serial killer.
It might be. I haven't started serial killing yet, but yeah.
Well, Ghost Bed does offer mattress covers, so if you do have a problem with wetting the bed, go ahead and get yourself a mattress cover. But once again, the Iconoblast podcast is presented by ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros. Ghostbed has been a loyal sponsor of the Drinkin' Bros for over 5 years now, and everyone here in the studio is in love with their mattresses and pillows. And like you were saying, I did sleep on
literally
a
slept
Ghost
on
Bed
a
last
ghost bed
night,
last night.
and it is
was it?
extremely comfortable. I've got a little puppy sleeping over on a Ghost Bed right now.
That's right. Bo was sleeping on it. You actually slept in the ghost bed in a onesie, and I have a photo to prove it.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'm gonna post that on the gram.
And
right
I
now.
would have slept peacefully through the entire night if you didn't come in and wake me up.
Well,
I was actually so warm and comfortable. I thought that I was going to be cold.
I was
but
worried
yeah,
about you.
I was super fucking warm and comfy. That was a combination of the onesie and sleeping on a ghost bed.
super warm and horny.
Comfy. Well, both.
Yeah, same thing.
Ghost Bed makes their high-quality mattresses right here in the good old USA, and each mattress comes with a 20-year warranty. You can try a Ghost Bed for 101 nights, and if you're not completely satisfied, you can return it, no questions asked. Their mattresses and pillows have cooling technology to help keep you cool at night, which is especially helpful if you live in a place like Texas, which has been cold, but it's going to be getting hot real soon, so I think I need to upgrade my sheets. You can buy a mattress for around $35 per month, and they have no money down, 0% financing plans. Ghostbed also offers bundles so you can get everything you need in one convenient package. Just choose from their 4 mattresses and then pick your bundle. So whether you just need a mattress and a frame, or you want it all, like their cooling pillows and sheets, you can always get the best bang for your buck. Also, Ghostbed, good place to bang. I would assume.
Speaking of
I haven't banged on a Ghostbed yet, but fingers crossed, God willing.
Our boy that delivered that package, he sent me a message saying that that's what he did on Valentine's Day.
No
Yeah,
shit.
Yeah, he fucked on a ghost bed.
Hell
on
yeah.
Valentine's Day.
It's
Yeah.
a good spot for
His
it.
own personal ghost bed that he bought himself.
Very good spot for it. Right now, Ghostbed is offering a flash sale where you can get 40% off when you buy a mattress and adjustable base, or 30% off of everything when you use the promo code Drinkin' Bros. Head over to ghostbed.com/drinkingbros to take advantage of all their awesome deals. That is ghostbed.com/drinkingbros. Ghostbed. Sleep so good, it's scary.
Ghost bed. Sleep so good you'll pee your pants.
So get the mattress cover.
Yes.
For sure, get the mattress
For
cover.
all you bedwetters out there.
So yeah, we're only a handful of paragraphs into the first page. We might need to
We'll cut down on the tangents and get some info out.
might need to power through some of the rest of the stuff, but the tangents have been so much fun. I'm really having so much fucking fun with this episode.
Yeah.
So Page, who was a friend of the Yardbirds guitarist Jeff Beck, was in attendance when Samuel Smith lost his shit. And on the way home, Page told Beck he would fill in on bass for the time being. Beck would eventually leave the band, and Page would replace him as lead guitarist. I'm having a hard time seeing because at the Super Bowl party, my glasses got broken. So one of the
Look at
lenses
those
is,
things.
yeah, you can
Put a little glue on
see-
that.
I was thinking
Tape.
about it. I just haven't had the chance.
Go full dork.
Oh, I went full dork years ago. Jimmy was initially reluctant to join the band because of his friendship with Beck. Nonetheless, Jimmy stepped in as the lead guitarist for the Yardbirds, giving him his first taste of the rock star lifestyle, a fragrant combination of booze, drugs, and groupie genitalia. In his time with the Yardbirds, Jimmy met
Of all
John
genders.
Paul Jones. Of all genders,
genders.
they were very inclusive back then, and especially like Mick Jagger. And David Bowie, for sure.
They
Very,
fucked.
very, oh, yeah.
Each
Yeah,
other?
Yes.
Yeah, I
This a Dancing in the Streets video that Family Guy made fun of?
yeah, holy
Sexual
shit.
tension between those two.
For sure. You can
And-
cut it with a knife.
Bowie and Jagger might be referencing a little bit. If you hold on
Maybe
tight.
just a little bit if you stay tuned. In his time with the Yardbirds, Jimmy met John Paul Jones, the future bassist for Led Zeppelin. After the Yardbirds' eventual breakup, Jimmy Page went on to form his next project and sequel to his previous band, which he called the New Yardbirds. His talent for guitar obviously didn't translate to naming things.
I know, it's horrible.
I know, just the New Yardbirds.
Like John Lennon leaves with Yoko. The new Beatles.
It's the New Beatles.
Jesus.
The Beatles 2, Electric Boogaloo. Jimmy asked Jeff Beck and Keith Moon to join him, only to be rejected. So Keith Moon is from The Who, right? And what did Jeff Beck go on to do after the Yardbirds?
So like Eric Johnson, Jeff Beck was just like a guitar player who do a lot of instrumentals, but he also was, not the whole time, but a lot of the time was Rod Stewart's lead guitar player.
No shit.
Yeah. But he's kind of like he would have like a trio band where it's him, a bassist, and a drummer, and he's just doing instrumentals, basically. And that's why I think, he was trying to form the supergroup with Jeff Beck. I don't think Jimmy Page and Jeff Beck would have worked together with two guitars like that.
We were talking about that before the
Yeah.
show. That you were
just too
saying
much.
that.
What about the song "My Heart Can't Tell You No" by Rod Stewart? What do you think of that song?
I don't even know that one, honestly.
Actually, yeah,
My
What?
favorite one is Maggie May. Is that cliche?
yeah. Maggie May, "If You Want My Body."
Yeah.
Which actually, I prefer the Ministry cover of "If You Want My Body." I think that they did a very good job of it. But Rod Stewart has a really good voice and a fucking
Sex
amazing
icon.
mullet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jimmy asked Jeff Beck and Keith Moon to join him, only to be rejected. In their place, Page brought in Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham, which should be recognizable names to anybody who's a Led Zeppelin fan. Page knew he had something to invest in. The new lineup deserved a new name to differentiate it from its former band. It's a name many of you may be familiar with, Led Zeppelin. The group's name originated from a comment made by one of the very people Page attempted to form the group with, Keith Moon. Keith Moon, was he the drummer or?
Yeah, the drummer.
He was
of
the
The
drummer.
Who.
Okay.
Yep.
Drummer for the Who, for anybody who's wondering. When Page told Keith about his idea for a supergroup, Keith commented that the project would go down like a lead balloon. Unhappy with being compared to a mere balloon, Page decided to name the group after the biggest balloons of all time, Zeppelins. And that's something else that we were talking about before the show, is that story might be apocryphal. It might not actually be true, but there's...
Like the balloon from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade that the Nazis are in?
Yep, that is a Zeppelin. And if you don't have a ticket, you get tossed out
No
the fucking
ticket.
window.
Was it the Lindbergh? Oh, Humanity.
Oh, the Hindenburg. Yeah,
Hindenburg, that's
fucking.
what it is. What did I say? Lindbergh? Oh, fuck.
I mean, close enough. Nobody really fucking cares.
Who gives a
The
fuck?
humanity.
The name Led Zeppelin was controversial in its own right. Page once told a story about drama created by the name in which he said, and I quote, "On this day in 1970, I performed at the KB Hallen in Copenhagen, Denmark, with Led Zeppelin.
Copenhagen.
We were prepared to play as the Knobs." I love that their previous name was the Knobs.
Well, for that, yeah.
"We were prepared to play as the Knobs, an irate relative of the Zeppelin airship family." Wait, hang on. I changed the font for this part just so I knew it was a quote. Now it's making it even harder for me to read it. That was my bad. That's
Turn
not
that
on.
lamp.
That's
you
not
can turn
on
that lamp
Boston
behind
Joe.
you towards you a little. Bring it over, Coop. Bring it over. Just pull that.
I need my glasses.
Yeah,
Jeez, how old are you, Coop?
Pull it on over here. Yeah,
Macular
there it is.
degeneration going on.
There it is.
Oh yeah, dude, it's just getting fucking worse too. God,
Trying
I
to
feel
be
so
more and more
fucking
like
old.
Helen Keller every day. aren't you?
Does it help?
I wish I was that cool. Actually, that helps a lot.
All right, there we go. There we
Well,
go.
as long as I'm not fucking up the cameras.
No, it looks great.
"We were prepared to play as the Knobs because an irate relative of the Zeppelin airship family, Eva von Zeppelin, threatened to sue us if we used their name in her home country."
Eva von Zeppelin. She sounds hot.
I was just gonna say she sounds sexy though.
Yeah,
Right?
she does.
Eva von Zeppelin.
Yeah, she's got to
That's
be.
a hot name.
She probably looks like the blonde from The Last Crusade.
Oh, yeah.
Aryan for sure.
I thought you were going to say she probably looks like the Zeppelin from The Last Crusade.
"Then we shall call ourselves the Knobs when we go to Copenhagen. The whole thing is absurd," he said. "The first time we played, we invited her backstage to meet us to see how we were nice young lads. We calmed her down, but on leaving the studio, she saw our LP cover of An Airship in Flames and exploded. That kind of just like the Hindenburg. I had to run and hide. She just blew her top." So, I mean,
She blew her top.
she can't be that fucking upset over the fact that a hydrogen-filled airship that just happened to share a name with her family. I mean, not even the name of the airship, but just the fucking design of the airship itself.
What does Zeppelin mean?
A blimp.
Yeah, well, it's from this Eva von Zeppelin's family. It's just named after the creators of Zeppelin.
Blimps?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we call them blimps now because apparently this bitch threw such a fucking fit that we can't call them Zeppelins anymore. Anyway, Page and Led Zeppelin would face much controversy throughout their illustrious career, getting sued by other musicians and bands, but mostly by old blues players who claim Page ripped off their songs and rebranded them as hard rock. This is something that I added because I wanted to get your input on it. Mm-hmm. Their greatest hit, Stairway to Heaven, was even claimed to be a ripoff of a song called Taurus written by Randy Wolf. But after a lengthy legal battle, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in Led Zeppelin's favor. So have you heard the
This is like that Vanilla Ice shit? Vanilla Ice shit?
Well, no,
No, that was sampled.
well, no. Technically, there is one extra note in
Yeah, because
Ice Ice Baby as
goes
compared
dun, 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 dun,
to
dun,
Under
dun.
Pressure.
The other one
but
goes
no, it is the
dun,
same
dun, dun, dun,
fucking
dun, dun,
song.
dun.
So, I mean, my take on that is this. There's 12 notes. And I'm not the only one to do this. There's a million videos out there of guys playing 3 or 4 chords and playing a bunch of songs over it. In fact, that's something I do when I play music and gig frequently is I'll play 3 chords and then do 3 different songs. Like I'll do, say B minor, A, and G. And I'll do Kryptonite by 3 Doors Down, into That Smell by Leonard Skinner, into My Generation by The Who, and then finish off with Dream On by Aerosmith because they're all the fucking same. So there's 12 notes, right? I mean, you could literally go on and on with... And the chord progression, especially at the end for Stairway to Heaven, is A minor, G, and F. Mm-hmm. That A minor, G, and F is everywhere, right? It's like 25 or 624, Babe, I'm going to leave you. Another Zeppelin song, While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Fire on High by ELO. It's all those same chords. So for someone to be like, oh, I thought of that first, bitch, there's 12 notes on this thing. We're going to do things that are, similar.
Right.
And the other level to it is like the blues idea. I mean, we talked about Stevie Ray earlier. Have you listened to
So
B.B.
you're
King?
saying that'd be like if camera guys were like, hey, you use the same camera as me. You can't do that.
Yeah.
I think that
Use
it would
the same filter as me on your Instagram post.
Yeah, or even
Get rid of it.
something along the lines of like, oh, what's the Hitchcock? I think did it first. It's the dolly zoom.
Oh yeah.
You see
like
that
if he
in
patented that and was like, "That's mine. You can't use it."
Yeah, it'd be like there's only so many things that you can do with a camera, so
There's going to be a dolly zoom sometimes.
Yeah. And I think even more so, like what you were just saying, there's only so many notes that are on the neck of a guitar.
Yeah.
There's going to be some overlap with anything else. It would almost be like being upset that somebody used the same words in different
Like
books.
Ice Ice Baby.
There's only so many words.
And then the other one.
Ice Ice Baby was-
See the difference?
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
it is a blatant difference.
What it
Those are
usually
two
ends-
different songs.
What it usually ends up being, though, is less successful people suing more successful people because I want some money, I want some fame. Instead of being like, I was heavily inspired by this person. That's why it does kind of sound like that.
I would say-
talked about John Mayer and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Very heavily inspired.
Outside of Bittersweet Symphony, which
Rolling Stones, fucked up.
fucking sued him. Jesus Christ, do you not
it's a
have
bad-
enough
bad
money already?
Bad luck. They still, the Stones get money for Bittersweet Symphony still. To this
I know
day.
that actually drives me crazy. I don't even care for that song, but it drives me crazy that this band, the Verve,
Yeah, the Verve.
yeah, they put the work into, some of the work into creating the song, made it a huge song, and then this other band that is already very, very well established and already filthy fucking rich,
Yeah.
is getting money from it.
Yeah,
That-
it's bullshit. Especially like what I was going to get to with the blues thing. The 12-bar blues is 3 chords. It's like often referred to as 3 chords in the truth, right? And the structure of it, without getting too technical with the guitar stuff, it's literally just 3 chords, and you can fuck around with it. Like the song "Sunshine of Your Love," you asked about, like an Eric Clapton song. All that is blues, but he just switched it just enough, right? So Robert Johnson is like the age-old sell your soul for rock and roll story, which you could do a whole episode on him. It's great.
Oh, he was the one that's rumored to have actually literally sold his soul to the devil for
Yes,
his
he wrote the
guitar
song
playing skills.
Crossroads that Cream made famous with Clapton, but it was a Robert Johnson song. And what's crazy about him is, his whole story is he kind of sucked. He was like me, going around Clayton and just gigging, and people like, yeah, whatever, that guy sucks. Then he goes away, and then he comes back, and all of a sudden everyone's like, who the fuck is you? Where did you learn how to play like that? And he would like half joke around that he sold his soul, went down to the crossroads and met the devil, but he literally has a song called Me and the Devil Blues. He says, me and the devil walking side by side, and this whole thing where it's like, where does this come from? Then he has a very strange death. He dies at 27, another Forever 27 Club guy.
27 Club,
and
yeah.
that's the whole, like, the old school, like, sell your soul for rock and roll all comes from Robert Johnson. And all he did was play the blues, right? He sang, I think there's probably like an hour and a half worth of footage of him. There's like one picture, no videos, very like, but what the craziest part about it is guys like B.B. King and Clapton, Steve Ray Vaughan heard this guy. And they go, I'm going to make rock and roll from this. And all they did was sort of speed up the slow, Delta blues, which was really just a bunch of poor black dudes down in like Alabama and Mississippi talking about how they're poor and their woman left them. And then these white guys in Britain hear that and they go, if we speed it up a little bit, there might be something here. And that's kind of how rock and roll evolved. And then eventually it gets faster and faster into metal and Metallica and Mastodon, right?
Yeah.
But that's essentially where it came from. That's why it's like B.B. King, you could argue all the songs kind of sound the same. Steve Ray Vaughan, it's a lot of just 12-bar blues.
Mm-hmm.
So
The 12-bar blues. Yeah.
is the Robert
Yeah,
Johnson
something about that.
estate going to sue every single blues guy ever because, he's the first blues guy? I mean,
Yeah, there's. I feel like there definitely needs to be more respect given to the people that kind of pioneered everything. But yeah, there's only so many combinations of a certain number of things that you can put together until you start repeating. Because that even applies to, like, literally the molecules in our body. If the universe is infinite, there are exact copies of us doing the exact same thing somewhere in the universe because there's only so many ways that you can rearrange things before you start repeating yourself.
it's like twins suing each other.
Yeah.
Like twins fucking each other.
Twincest.
But yeah, I was curious to know your input on whether or not Jimmy Page was actually ripping anybody off, because I also heard that that Jimmy Page, I think it might have been when he was playing with the Yardbirds, he opened up for that Wolf guy. What was his name? Randy Wolf. Yeah. I heard that he opened up for that guy, and when he was opening up for Randy Wolf, he was playing the song that allegedly Led Zeppelin ripped off.
It was probably Days of Confused. Because Dazed and Confused was originally a Yardbirds song. I don't know if it was Jimmy Page in the Yardbirds, but when Led Zeppelin went and did it, Plant and Page sort of changed the lyrics just a little bit, but the idea was pretty much the same of Dazed and Confused, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's the thing. I mean, you can go on and on with all the things. This is inspired by that. This kind of sounds like that. It's just music. Go out and play. I don't want anyone suing anyone for music. You know, like to me, that's just. What are we doing here? You know, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
You know, that's why even other than the Rolling Stones Verve thing, which I agree with you on that, just go out and play, man. If you're just trying to bring someone down.
Just get out there and shred. Be the super shredder.
One of the most fun controversies that swirled around the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band was the accusation of satanic messages being put into their music when heard played backwards. Backmasking was a trend made famous by George Martin and the Beatles in the late... Wait, George Martin, why does that name sound so
he
familiar?
was basically like the fifth Beatle.
He
was really the mastermind because there was a really cool documentary with Paul Rubin and Paul McCartney, and they basically like Paul's like I could play, I knew what to do, but I didn't think like that because I wasn't taking the type of drugs that George Martin was, and he was like Brian May that we talked about earlier, like he was a producer at heart, but he knew how to play the keys and everything, and he's like, hey, what if you try it like this? He's like, okay, do that. Now I'm gonna play it backwards over John Lennon playing this, and Paul's like, I never would have thought of that. And like Revolution Number 9 is one of those songs that you listen to forward and you're like, what the fuck is this? And the best example of it is Jimi Hendrix. Are You Experienced? That's the song, right? Mm-hmm. And you listen to it, you hear, and what that is back in the day they were trying to backmask it. That whole song, the instruments of Are You Experienced is all in reverse. He sings forward over it, but you can literally play that song backwards and it's forwards, if that makes sense. So the backmasking thing has been around for a long time, but you know, I became obsessed with the backmasking thing, and it was after my house burnt down and I'm trying to find something and playing guitar, I was getting more and more into the music, and I started listening to Stairway to Heaven backwards so frequently. I had dreams that I was singing it backwards with the satanic message. Seriously, weird shit.
No shit.
Yeah, I can sing Stairway to Heaven front and back. I listened to it so many fucking times. I used to get, like, some people get chills or whatever. My eyes start to well up, and like I just get super stoned. I'm like 16 years old and like listening to the shit backwards, and it was like really haunting me. So there is something to it, but it might not be the devil himself. Who knows? But there's definitely, like, it makes you think, like, this is eerie. This is a weird sound I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Why? And then you start to hear, like, Robert Plant saying Satan when you listen to Stairway to Heaven backwards, and you're like, wait a second, what the fuck is going on? Especially when you wake up in the middle of the night singing it. It's like, I was freaking myself out. I'm like, oh, my God. You know, my mom's super Christian. She's like, we got to get a seance in the name of Jesus. Get all the evil spirits out of here. And I'm like, I think I'll be all right.
You went all in on that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
How old
Fuck
were
yeah,
you?
I did. I was like 16 years old.
Fuck. Yeah,
Well, it's like to me, the whole backmasking thing, unless it's intentionally done, it's just a audio version of, I think it's called pareidolia, where like the way that you see shapes in clouds. It's your mind trying to find patterns in things that don't have a pattern.
Absolutely.
But we're hardwired to find patterns because it's beneficial to us. Like it's kind of goes back to trying to find a predator that's camouflaged. You need to find certain patterns so you can identify a threat. And I think that's the same thing with backmasking. Is the majority of the time.
I do that when I'm looking at the McDonald's menu. That's the one.
Just trying to find that pattern. There's a fillet of fish.
There it is.
It was in there somewhere.
The McGangbang.
But yeah, I think that it just comes down to our mind trying to make sense out of something that doesn't make sense, which I personally think plays into a lot of the human experiences. Our minds trying to make sense out of something that just
It's like
doesn't.
filling in the gaps, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like we have to. That's even the way that our eyes work. Is there's a certain amount of information that isn't being conveyed, and your brain has to make sense of that.
Fills in the blanks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty cool, Koopy.
Pretty cool.
So
That's pretty cool.
backmasking was a trend made famous by George Martin and the Beatles in the late 60s, and Page was no stranger to the ins and outs of production. In the song Stairway to Heaven, many believed that satanic messages were heard when the song was played in reverse, thus ruining countless vinyls from many people attempting to hear the messages. The connection gets deeper when you find out Page was extremely interested in the occult. In fact, Jimmy Page even bought the house of Aleister Crowley, known as Boleskine House. I think it's Boleskine?
Yep.
Boleskine.
And that's the Ozzy Osbourne song, Mr.
Yeah,
Crowley.
Mr. Crowley.
That's what he's talking
Very,
about.
very famous. Well, I think he was technically a
Occultist.
Satanist, but occultist would be more accurate. Crowley was the founder of the Thelema religion and identified himself as a prophet. The house Page purchased from Crowley was used for rituals to invoke guardian angels. The rituals required at least 6 months of preparation, celibacy, and abstinence from alcohol, which I can't imagine anybody from Led Zeppelin doing. There's a movie that Led Zeppelin did. Was it a movie or a video of some sort that they did that was at the Crowley house? It was.
You're talking like It Might Get Loud with Jack White and The Edge?
No, this is way back, like when they were still like
the song
at the.
remains the same, maybe? Because there was like little.
Is that what it is? I'm actually not sure. I remember seeing clips from it, but I've never seen it from.
It's probably the
from
song
start to
remains the
finish.
same, which is like a live show that they have little cut scenes in between the songs.
Oh,
that they
okay,
did.
that might be what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
As opposed to the song remains insane, which is a Sepultura or Soulfly.
Well, that's definitely a play on the Led Zeppelin song.
Oh
the
yeah,
song
yeah,
remains
absolutely.
The same, right? I mean,
Which, by the way,
influences are
huge,
everywhere, whether you know
huge
it or not.
Sepultura and Soulfly fan. Max Cavalera is fucking amazing. So anyway, however, it also includes the summoning of the 12 kings and dukes of hell to bind them and remove their negative influences from a person's life. According to legend, Crowley never banished the demons he had summoned, leading to the strange happenings occurring in and around Boleskine House.
Shit.
Crowley's lodge keeper, Hugh Gillies or Giles, suffered a number of personal tragedies, including the loss of 2 children. Crowley later claimed that his experiments with black magic had simply gotten out of hand. At one point, this is something else that I looked up and found out. At one point, Crowley even claimed he may have accidentally been responsible for World War II due to his haphazard magical practices.
Oops.
Page himself would claim he wasn't involved in the occult, but simply interested in it. Same thing Hitler said. No, I'm not. Don't want to compare Jimmy.
No, but
Page
it
to
is
Hitler.
strange, right? It's like, oh no, I didn't do anything, but I'm very interested.
I mean,
in
I
it.
was fascinated by
Yeah.
it.
Oh, sure.
Page was also one of the many musicians of his time who was associated with the famous young muse Laurie Maddox. This was the part of the episode that when I was first reading through the notes, this was the part that I was really looking for. I was like, all right, where's the Laurie Maddox shit? Mm-hmm. And by associated, I mean committed statutory rape. Maddox has told stories
he's being
about
naughty.
Oh yeah.
very fucking naughty. Maddox has told stories about losing her virginity to David Bowie in a threesome and dating Mick Jagger, all before she was even 16. She was a very busy girl. Mm-hmm. However,
Sounds naughty.
there are also rumors that it was Page who took Maddox's V card.
What's a V card?
He broke her hymen, penetrated her for the first time. In 1972, the then 13-year-old Maddox was dating the Led Zeppelin guitarist, and Page made sure he went through great lengths to keep their relationship hidden.
Yikes.
Understandably so, because
Because you knew it was naughty.
but yeah, even
Taboo.
very taboo. The Led Zeppelin manager, Peter Grant, would make sure Page kept Maddox locked in her hotel room most of the time when she would travel with the band. Page would also often keep Maddox in L.A. while he was out on tour, and was known to take the Zeppelin private jet, quote-unquote, the Starship, to visit her as often as he could. After drummer John Bonham died in 1980, Led Zeppelin would disband. However, Page and singer Robert Plant would continue to work together through the 90s. Page would also go on to play with the band The Black Crowes and form a supergroup with Paul Rodgers called The Firm. Page was and still is one of the most recognizable and influential guitar players of all time. His legendary riffs and his 10-plus minute guitar solos inspired countless musicians after him.
Jimmy Page was a pedophile?
Yeah, he was fucking Laurie Maddox I thought she was 14, but I guess I was giving him too much credit. She was actually 13.
Yeah, big time yikes.
Oh,
big
yeah,
time yikes.
yeah.
And it got brought up during
It's
the
legal in
RPR
France.
episode.
Was he in France?
No,
Maybe
LA.
at some points.
Yeah, maybe sometimes.
But it got brought up on RPR one time, like Laurie Maddox, and it started with David Bowie, and then it led to like this young girl who we're talking
RPR's
about
the
now.
Ross Patterson Revolution. You should watch it.
Check it out. And I was like screaming at my TV. I'm like, I wish I was there so I could talk about this because I know about this fucking woman. And Bob and Ross and Jesse were like kind of surprised by this. I'm like, yeah, she's like the muse, the infamous muse. But it turns out she was like a little girl. But they brought her picture up on Ross Patterson Revolution, and and Ross even was like, she doesn't look 13.
No, she doesn't. If you look at pictures of Laurie Maddox, like she definitely doesn't look
She looks like
13,
a woman?
and she's also beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
in
she
a
was
weird way, right?
Very, very, yeah, in a weird way. She actually, anybody who's familiar with the band Kitty, the female nu metal band from like the early 2000s, she looks like
Hello,
the
Kitty.
guitarist Fallon Bowman, who was one of my earliest crushes. But yeah, I mean, she was definitely a very attractive girl. I've actually only
You were attracted to a 13-year-old girl?
who hasn't been.
I haven't been.
Well, look
Yet.
at pictures of Laurie Maddox.
Yeah, you'd be surprised, for real, though. I mean, she's old enough now, so I think the statutory
Statute
rape
of
of
limitations.
limitations. But yeah, it is a strange thing, like, the whole Me Too movement, every, actor and a lot of athletes, I'm really surprised that a lot of rock stars didn't get hit, right?
Same here.
But I think it was
Like
all
seriously,
consenting groupies who were like, no, I wanted to be with Mick Jagger when I was 14.
Well, not all of them.
Well, sure, not all of them. True, but I
Laurie
think-
Maddox was definitely consenting, but she
Yeah.
wasn't of the age of consent because
Yeah.
I
She
don't
didn't know.
I don't think a 13 to 14-year-old
Yeah.
is going to be able to really make
It's
that
flat
decision.
out wrong. I mean,
Oh,
let's just
yeah,
be
yeah,
honest. Here. It's
absolutely.
fucked up.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And when I remember like first getting into the shit and learning about this, and I was like so disappointed. I'm like, man, this is my hero, and he's a fucking pedophile. And I'm like, well, they were all fucking pedophiles.
Yeah,
so.
spoiler alert, pretty much everybody you respect throughout the course of history
Sucks.
is fucking awful. I mean, that's the whole basis for this entire
Yeah,
show.
for real. Right?
Yeah.
He's not as bad as John Lennon, though. Let's be honest.
No, fuck John Lennon. Fuck John Lennon.
He didn't beat the
And
shit out of her.
I'm surprised
Woody
that,
Allen, Roman Polanski.
Yep.
dude, Roman Polanski and Woody Allen. I can't believe that they are still able to get any work or
Well, Woody Allen hasn't been
respect.
able to, really. There's a bunch of
And
nerds
I-
that still like his movies.
I think, which I've talked about it on the show before. I've never been entertained by a Woody Allen
Like
movie.
Kevin Spacey too.
That's another one.
Yeah, Kevin
I
Spacey.
don't want to watch any of his fucking movies anymore because he fucks little boys. I don't want to watch.
Yeah, but you
Woody
watch
Allen
The Usual
movies.
Suspects, and you're like, Kevin Spacey's incredible, right? I mean,
No, I don't.
no, you don't like that
Dude,
movie?
is-
Fuck that movie. Now
Is Kaiser?
I guess, yeah.
I can't look
spoiler
at him
alert.
the same.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it
no, I
shouldn't-
know what you mean. I know what
Spoiler
you mean.
alert. Yeah, Kevin Spacey is Kaiser Soze. I mean, he did a good job, but
Ruined the movie.
He's still a massive
he ruined
piece of
the movie.
shit.
Yeah,
Don't watch
no,
it. It
you're
sucks.
right, though.
Fuck
You're
him.
right. It's
It was
Fuck him. Fuck Woody Allen. And fuck Roman Polanski. They all ruined their own art. They poisoned their art. They're pieces of shit. They can go fuck themselves, just like John Lennon and apparently Jimmy Page.
I wholeheartedly endorse the statement. Fuck Roman Polanski. Fuck John Lennon. Fuck who was the other one that Kevin Spacey? Yeah, fuck him too.
Yeah. Harvey Weinstein,
Harvey Weinstein.
Ben Affleck, just because he's ugly.
Well, and because he took credit for Good Will Hunting, which he did like next to no work for.
Overrated movie, anyway.
I agree.
Bill Cosby.
Fuck Bill Cosby. God,
R. Kelly.
We could do this all goddamn
But you know
day,
what?
right?
You're right. Fuck all those guys. But Joe Rogan should not be on Spotify.
Joe Rogan hasn't fucked any kids yet, as far as I know.
Uh,
And he's not fucking his own kids like Woody Allen.
Not as far as I know.
I hope not.
I hope not, yeah.
I hope one day we're not
also.
doing an
That's
Iconoblast
gonna-
on Joe Rogan.
That's gonna break my fucking
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
Same.
I mean, I know that he's an adulterer and everything like that, but at least he's not
Who
fucking
isn't?
little kids.
So do you think that Jimmy Page gets a free pass because she looked old?
No, I don't. That's why, like, when I found out, I was so disappointed. I really, for a long time, didn't know what to do with it. I was like, fuck, dude, this really sucks that I know this. I almost wish I didn't know this, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
reality of life. Like you were saying, like people are pieces of shit. Most people are pieces of shit.
I've loved Michael Jackson my whole life.
On some level, everyone is.
He's
a
on
piece of
Spotify,
shit.
too.
And yeah, it's still on Spotify.
And he's one who got a. People celebrate Michael Jackson. I was
Yeah.
watching ESPN,
But
and
it
Stephen
was
A.
still never proven that he fucked any kids.
Well, I mean, did you see Leaving Neverland?
I saw people say that he made them show their buttholes,
Yeah, and he was like, it was
but he never touched them.
rap. But that's still not okay.
But
man.
I just don't believe. I don't believe
I still
that
feel
that
like
happened.
that even if that is the least of the offenses that he committed, that's still not an okay thing to do.
But he's not fucking
But
little kids.
But it's a discussion that we've had on the show before, which is to what degree can you separate the art from the artist? Because if somebody
yeah,
who is
I don't think you can, or I don't think you should. Personally, it's different for everybody. But like for me, it taints it. It's like
I think it
every movie produced by Harvey Weinstein now, when I see the name, I'm like, oh, this is a weird.
tainted.
It's like a
That's-
weird Poison movie.
that's the
Yeah.
majority
Because
of Quentin Tarantino's catalog, though.
I know.
No,
right?
I know.
That's the
I don't
problem.
want. I don't. It bums me out.
Which I still think that Quentin Tarantino is actually a narcissistic piece of shit. But anybody who
True.
rises to
And assholes
to
I would
be
greatness
too if
is
I was him.
Yeah, I mean,
Asshole is a big difference. I'm okay with assholes.
Yeah.
But if you're a pedophile or a rapist, you can go fuck yourself, and I'm not going to support you in any fucking way.
Yeah.
That's how
cheers
I
to
feel.
that. I will drink to that. Pedophiles, rapists, you can all go fuck yourselves.
Dan Holloway will get you. But then you get
Oh yeah.
into like big time historic figures, right? Whether you want to celebrate someone like, Julius Caesar or way back in the day, they were fucking little boys. The Spartans, right?
Oh, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
glorified in 300. They were
Prolific
fucking
boy
little
fuckers.
boys.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like,
But it wasn't illegal.
well, that's what I was
Different
going to
time.
say. Does it
Well, see,
different
that's
time, right? Does it
yeah,
matter?
that's
I mean,
where the
But
that's
in the 80s and 70s, it was illegal.
yes,
that's why he was
that's
trying-
why you
that's
had
why
to
Jimmy
that's why you
was
had to
trying to
hide
hide
it.
it.
But
Yeah, that's true.
No.
does
Naughty boy.
does legality equate to morality? Because by our current morals, it's not okay to fuck little kids, which I absolutely agree with.
Right.
If you go back 1,000 years,
It was okay.
it's socially acceptable. Does that make the people who were doing that actual monsters, or
No.
were they just participating in
Not
what
to
was
me.
socially acceptable at the time?
If
Because
Caesar-
one
yeah.
of the examples that I think I made on a earlier episode of Iconoblast is eventually in the future we're going to have like synthesized meat where we no longer have to kill animals. We can still eat meat, but we're eating lab grown meat, and we no longer have to have slaughterhouses or anything like that. People are going to look at us like we were monsters
savages.
for doing that.
Interesting.
So you can't really hold people to the same standards as we live by
you have
now.
To, you have to at least do a little bit of research and see what the moral standard was at the time.
Yeah, and I think that's what you should equate. Honestly, you should equate people to is like how they were holding themselves to the moral standards of the time. Because nowadays, and I could be absolutely wrong about this because I'm not a moral expert.
Yeah.
But nowadays there are a lot of things that we don't accept anymore that back
Literally 20 years ago. Was,
20 years ago, yeah, there were things that you could get away with that nowadays
I used to say
are
the F word, the mean gay word.
Yeah.
All
Fart?
the time, every day. Yeah, fart.
fart box. Yeah.
Well,
Fart
Shit,
face.
I'm not
for a
supposed to say
music
that.
example, Bob Dylan has a song "Hurricane," which is about Reuben Hurricane Carter. Denzel Washington played in the movie.
The boxer, yeah.
Yeah, and in the song, he drops a hard N-bomb.
Oh, shit,
With an
yeah.
ER at the end.
Yeah.
So now he was kind of in the song quoting someone else.
Right.
But if that
but
came
the
out
word
today,
was just more acceptable back then.
but if that came out today, I mean, Bob Dylan is never to show his face again. But
Right.
he is, glorified as this folk hero.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, that's a really
Is that
good
okay though? Does that
point.
count? I mean,
Yeah, I think that's okay because you have to base it off the times. Like
oh, so context matters.
Okay,
Yeah.
sometimes it
Hint,
does.
hint.
Yeah.
No, I think that it definitely does. Context matters. The era that something happens in matters. Like, so like the Holocaust, I think pretty much everybody can agree It's a bad idea.
Not Whoopi
and,
Goldberg.
and shitty. Well, yeah, apparently not Whoopi Goldberg. Holy shit.
Too easy.
Fuck her, by the way. Yeah,
Karen Johnson.
She rips off the.
She's a Karen. That's so sad.
With a C.
I fucking loved.
Oh, with the C? Oh, man.
I loved Sister Act. I fucking love that
I love
movie.
Ghost.
I watched it a
I do
hundred
too.
times. when I was a
Ghost
kid.
also, which, fuck, that's getting me off on another tangent. In Ghost, she's like a go-between for Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore to have this romantic moment with her body.
Yeah,
it's
strange.
fucking weird. It's real fucking weird.
That pottery scene, though, gets me every time.
Ah, yeah, me too. But yeah, if you gotta, I don't think you have to, but at least in my personal belief,
Not my proudest
you
pal.
need to. Oh fuck, not mine either. I've had so many sad masturbation sessions to Whoopi Goldberg.
Cry after.
Did you actually
every
masturbate to
single
Whoopi
time.
Goldberg
Oh
ever?
no, God no.
Never?
Her voice alone is. She sounds
Sister
like
Act? Come on.
she sounds like me if
That
I
one
if I
nun?
smoked like 3 packs a day.
Y'all don't remember the one nun that was super hot in Sister Act?
The
And she
skinny
was
nerdy
kind
one.
of shy. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
You never-
That's not Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah, but she's in the scene while you're jerking off, so she's there.
Well, I mean that's you can't really get around that.
It's like when you jerk off to a threesome porn. You're still jerking off to 2 guys and 1 girl, or 2 girls and 1 dude, but you're still jerking off to the dude even because he's there.
That's a good point. That's why I only go for
Kurt Cobain said it. Everyone is gay.
Okay. Yep.
Very well said. Kurt Cobain also said, I hate myself and I want to die, which is another statement that I can definitely relate to. But yeah, like I was saying, I think that trying to judge figures from the past, like very, very, very far in the past when morals were different, it really can't be done because the morals change over time. The humans as a species were constantly advancing and developing new ideas about what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable.
Right.
So by judging people hundreds or thousands of years ago, I mean, we're going to be monsters at some point. You go far enough in the future, and us as we are
Only
now,
if you're an idiot, you don't
we're going to be monsters.
take in the morals of the time into consideration and think about how
And
things
if you go
were.
against the morals of your era, then yeah, that's where you get people like Albert Fish, obviously a fucking monster, horrible serial killer and child rapist, and I'm pretty sure that he was a cannibal also.
No, that's
That's
I'm
been
down with
Thought we
cannibalism.
don't kink shame.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't keep shame.
Albert
Was it
Fish
Army
was
Hammer was into that, right? I guess.
No, I've heard the same thing. I really want to know the true story behind that because he pretty much flat out admitted that was like a kink of his, didn't he?
He
But
wanted to
at the
eat.
same time, that sounds like bullshit. Like if you're saying that, like, oh, I like to get your skin in my mouth and chew on. It's like, dude, you're not really doing that if you're actually talking about it in the open and DMing some girl you
You're
barely
also going to
know.
be horrible at giving blowjobs. Jesus Christ.
That too. I'm sure Lori Maddox was good though. Too soon?
No. Well, no, she's of age
of
now.
age now,
Yeah,
that's
so
for
I mean, she must have been fucking great considering what we're about to talk about. So Paige was and still is one of the most recognizable and influential guitar players of all time. Also a pedophile. Yes, that is technically true. His legendary riffs and his 10-plus minute guitar solos inspired countless musicians after him. His iconic double-neck Gibson SG is more iconic than rock and roll itself. Page would even use a violin bow to play his guitar in songs like Dazed and Confused, something that has never even been considered
Well, he
before.
fucked a 13-year-old girl
Yes, while he was simultaneously fucking a 13-year-old girl.
with the violin thing.
Well, there's another story about somebody getting fucked by something that is not a penis that we're going to get into in just a minute. In his later years, Page went on to remaster his whole Zeppelin catalog, as well as appear in the movie It Might Get Loud with fellow guitarist Jack White and The Edge from U2, which I fucking hate. I hate U2. I hate that band so goddamn much. I don't mind if other people like them, but fuck, I think they're given way too much credit. One of my
Is
favorite
there anything
stories.
wrong with them? I wish they were
Bono's
pedophiles.
kind of douchey. But
yeah, Bono's.
you ask a guy from Ireland. I went to college with a guy from Dublin, And I was like, all right, got drunk when I was like, what are your thoughts on Bono? And he like almost broke out in tears. What he's done for my people. I'm not going to do an Irish accent. It's terrible, but
That sounded like an African accent.
yeah, dude, I don't know how to do
wait,
accents
by the way,
except for a
drink,
Boston one.
Drink, yeah. Is that our first drink of the show? Surprising.
See how clean I am?
Probably not the first deserved one.
Yeah, right.
But
The first one we
but
noticed.
yeah, the first one
Either
that we
way,
called out.
he's like, no, Bono's done a lot for Ireland and this country and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, man. He got like super emotional about it. So
No shit.
maybe for some people, he means more, but I get it. He's kind of douchey, and
One of
I
my
prefer Coldplay than you two.
oh god, I'm about to walk out of the fucking
Sorry.
room. No.
Old Coldplay. First 3 albums. Everything after that, fuck them.
One of my favorite, I don't know if this is actually a true story, but one of my favorite jokes is about a U2 concert where Bono started clapping, and he would clap like once every second. And he told the audience, every time I clap my hands, a child dies from starvation.
Ugh.
Like trying to, raise
Play
awareness.
music.
Well, apparently somebody in the audience just said, well, stop clapping your fucking hands then. Fucking love that.
Yeah. Shout out to that guy.
Seriously. Oh, dude, I would shake that guy's hand if I could. Jimmy Page has worked with fellow legends of his craft and has inspired generations after him to continue to sell they're not all pedophiles. Some of them are.
Clapton didn't fuck kids. He just pushed them out windows.
Oh, shit.
Is that not okay?
That is absolutely okay, but...
Drink?
All right.
Or-
I love you,
It's not
Clapton.
racist.
I love you, Eric Clapton.
I love Clapton too, but that was fucking... Okay, so anybody who
He fights
doesn't...
a good fight, too.
Anybody who doesn't know, Eric Clapton had a son that fell out of a window and ended up dying.
Tears in heaven. Yep.
I just saw a meme online recently that was 2 soccer players standing next to each other, and one of them, their last name on their shirt was Anoma, and the next one was Son, and it said what Eric Clapton thought circa 1990, what was that, like 1996?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Or something. Oh no, my son. He fell out the fucking window. That is dark as shit.
Damn.
So anyway,
Jesus.
Jimmy Page has worked with fellow legends of his craft and has inspired generations after him to continue to sell your soul for rock and roll. He also took
13-year-olds.
part in, this is the part that I was telling you about before the show. He also took part in one of the most sordid groupie stories to ever be told, the Mud Shark story. Are you
know
familiar
about
with this?
The mud what?
The Mud Shark story.
You don't know about this.
The mud
I
shark?
even know about
No,
this.
really?
It is...
Mud shark.
Your hero is worse than a pedophile.
Oh no.
oh no,
It's worse?
this was all consensual. So
like
actually,
It's
this
still fucked up, though. How old was she?
of age.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yes, I
So,
have heard of this.
so no
actually.
joke. The very first appearance that I ever did on Softcore History, they were talking about. It's one of the members of Led Zeppelin who also happens to share the same name as a famous Navy
Pedophile.
admiral.
John Paul Jones.
Yeah, John Paul Jones.
Yeah, in Virginia, it's the John Paul Jones Center.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought when they sent me the topic for the episode, I was like, oh shit, John Paul Jones. Okay, yeah. So did a bunch of research
On fucking Led Zeppelin shit.
on Led Zeppelin, got there to record the show, and I was like, oh yeah, ready to talk about Led Zeppelin. They're like, what are you talking about? We're talking about a Navy
bassist,
admiral. And yeah, so the only information that I had to contribute to the episode was this particular story that I'm about to tell, which involved Led Zeppelin. Mm-hmm. So it is with this story that we will close the episode. As the legend goes, in July of 1969, while staying at the Edgewater Inn,
69.
members of Led Zeppelin and another band called Vanilla Fudge were having an after-show party with their female fans.
Vanilla Fudge sounds disgusting.
It does sound
That's-
like it's
that's
a
just
horrible
gross.
band name.
I prefer chocolate, but whatever.
Yeah, well, to each their own. Do we drink for that? I don't know if that's...
I'll fucking drink
Yeah,
for that.
I'll
It's not
fucking
much
drink
left
for
in
that, too.
there.
It wasn't intentionally...
It's better than Vanilla Ice, let's be honest.
I'm just...
He's been mentioned way too
Dun,
much
dun,
in this
dun,
episode,
dun,
too.
dun. Not
The two
dun, dun,
songs
dun,
are
dun, dun,
What's
dun.
his real
absolutely
name? Like
different.
Van Winkle or something silly?
It is Robert Van Winkle,
Yeah, I think
think.
so, yeah.
Actually, the only reason that I know that is from a song that they did on In Living Color way back in the day.
Best song
where-
I ever did was T2 in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2: The Secret
Go
of
Ninja,
Use.
Go Ninja, Go. Yeah.
C to the U's.
He's good, and that's my boy.
So the Edgewater Inn was named as such due to it being right at the water's edge, allowing guests to fish from their rooms. One of the musicians caught a mud shark or some other type of fish and
Which
needed
musician?
somewhere to put it. Nobody
the
knows this
pedophile
is.
guy?
It might have been. I dare say that they might have
Sorry, Joe.
all been. It was a different time.
It was my
You
choice.
gotta
It wasn't
understand.
that much. It wasn't
I opened
that
up the
different.
box.
It wasn't
Yeah.
that different.
It wasn't that different.
One of
the
the musicians caught a mud shark or some other type of fish and needed somewhere to put it. That's where an eager female fan comes in.
Oh, God.
After many hours of drugs and partying, the most reasonable place for them to put their newly acquired fish was decided to be in a place that already smelled like a fish.
Allegedly.
A vagina. Allegedly. I'll
Vagina.
give
An adult
that.
vagina?
Allegedly. Allegedly an adult vagina.
Please say vagina in the Arnold voice.
Vagina.
It's like too easy. Like, that's the best word you can say. Vagina. I knew.
Ruben, drink.
Oh yeah, Ruben, that one is for you
Vagina.
for sure.
Are you trying to backmask me? Come on, don't bullshit me.
It just so happened that there were a few available vaginas in the room. The rock legends proceeded to consensually insert the aforementioned
You
fish
mean the rock
into.
pedophiles?
Okay,
You should
yeah.
say
let me-
rock pedophiles. in there.
I mean, they were rock legends too, though. Which
The,
supersedes the other?
the legendary rock pedophiles.
The legendary rock pedophiles proceeded to consensually insert the aforementioned fish into the ham wallet of a drugged up groupie.
Oh, God.
I have heard this, but I've heard Motley Crue did worse shit.
Oh, absolutely, fucking.
But nobody
So-
respects Motley Crue.
Yeah! Kickstep.
Dude, Joel's been there for a handful of the shows that I used to play with my band where I got too drunk to actually play the guitar. I don't understand how bands like Motley Crue were able to be that fucked up, not just like by pounding a fifth of Jack Daniels before they go on stage, but shooting up heroin and shit, and they can still go out and shred better than I was
tell you
ever
why.
able to.
No, I'll tell you why. A lot of people give the Grateful Dead shit for this, which, whatever. They like licorice, not for everyone. But there was no phones back then to record and listen again. All the people in the crowd were so fucked up. They're like, yeah, they're crushing it. But if you go back and watch,
They were horrible.
I bet they were horrible.
Holy shit!
That's fucking smart. I
Holy
like that.
shit!
They
exactly what it
they
is.
Yeah.
sucked, but no one remembers.
Holy shit!
Everyone was just all fucked up. And
That
it's
is
like,
fucking-
That's an
That's a fucking party.
experience, man.
Dude, that is
That means
fucking.
that's how awesome it was.
Yeah.
That is fucking brilliant. I never thought of that before.
Like, they sucked.
They only had to
I
be good
believe you
once
100%.
when they recorded the album. Outside of that, they don't need to fucking nail every single note.
And as you guys know, who, like, you know, you guys are in the business here, you can make anyone sound good with the right production. And
regardless
You
of
take
how
the time.
drunk we are,
Exactly.
which that's the reason we're still in business right now.
exactly, right? But that's what I believe, because
Dude, I never fucking thought of that before. That's okay. That makes sense.
That
makes
makes
me
a
feel
lot of sense.
that makes me feel so much better about myself because there was a handful of shows that I fucked up with my band because I got too drunk.
But it was before smartphones, so you're fine.
True. It did.
Pixar, it didn't happen.
It did create the rule in my band that
I
nobody
loved
could
every
drink
show
before
that I ever went
shows.
to. I never thought you fucked up. You can't tell. It's noisy. It's
that-
crazy. There's a pit. You're having fun.
The Halloween show especially, which you were at, it was the first show that my brother-in-law actually went to, and I was supposed to start off the intro song that we would play before our set, which was like the most intricate song that we played.
But it's not that intricate.
Well, it's intricate for me because it's
Play it right
terrible
now
at
for
guitar. I would, but I probably still couldn't. Well, actually,
Can you?
speaking,
Try.
It
Just
happens
try.
though. I've heard James Hetfield say that he went to start playing at the show and he was supposed to do one, but he started playing Fade to Black instead, and he stopped. He goes, "Sorry, I'm playing the wrong song," and the whole crowd just like, "Yeah!"
fuck it, play whatever.
They're similar. The intros are sort of similar.
I don't know. It's like a broken up arpeggio that I can't even.
Move
fucking
closer to. Can you get closer to the? Yeah, because you're out of focus. Move the lamp out of the way. You're done reading, right?
I love Lamp.
Get the lamp out of
I
the.
love lamp.
Play us a little toonie from when you were a boy and you were, being a metalhead back in the day.
I'm gonna sound. So it's gonna be me fucking up a
Again,
riff that I could barely.
This is a
play,
reenactment of that
followed
night.
by Boston Joe, who's actually good at guitar, playing something well. So
Hopefully.
here we go. Here's
Playing a
here's-
pedophile song.
Oh no, I'm already fucked. Nope, can't do it. I can play
We're
it.
back. You're back there on the stage right now.
Yeah, except I'm even worse than I was before.
Well, there it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Listen
can't do
to
it.
the
That's
serenading
I'm gonna go.
guitars.
You know,
Shaking
just-
off the rust.
Go ahead and overlay the real song.
No. We're
Just do
playing.
Cliffs of Dover over that. What are you doing?
I'm gonna cut to the footage I shot of you fucking up on the live show.
Where are the Cliffs of Dover? Do you know?
They're
a real thing.
In,
Real
yeah,
place.
they're in the UK, the British Isles. The reason we were actually talking about the Cliffs of Dover on a previous episode
of
was
Dover.
because that's where Julius Caesar first tried to invade Britain and just ran into this massive wall of white cliffs that was lined by Celts that were all painted in blue, and also another callback to a previous episode, all had mullets. The Celts,
Shout out Lastro Lopez.
the Celts had mullets, and I actually wouldn't have known about that if it weren't for Lastro Lopez pointing out how prolific the mullet has been throughout the course of
Kind of
history.
had it in Braveheart.
It's one of the oldest haircuts like in existence, aside from maybe a shaved head or just not cut hair at all. But anyway, we're at the tail end of the Jimmy Page episode. We discussed this
pedophile guy?
beforehand. Stop!
Sorry, Joe.
Stop!
Listen, you gotta
stop
call
breaking
Boston
Boston
Joe.
Joe's
It's what
heart.
it is.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm the one who picked him, so I knew this was going to happen. I knew.
We're
what
not
it
okay with
entailed.
pedophiles around here.
I'm not either, but it's
You
hard.
know you
when-
are this time.
I should have picked Tom Brady.
So we talked about it beforehand. If you are still willing to, will you close us out with a song while I do
you
the
serenade
the
Yeah, I'll
outro
try.
for
I'll
the
play.
show?
I'll play Wonderwall for you guys.
Fuck.
Anyway, it's Wonderwall.
Will you actually play Wonderwall?
I mean,
Like for
Do I?
1 minute of it.
there's actually supposed to be a capo on the second fret, but
You got to sing it too, though.
okay, fine, right?
Yeah.
Will you guys harmonize with me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sing it. I'm gonna sing it just
I'm
like
going to
Oasis.
sing with
right?
you.
Today's gonna be a
There's actually a really good thing where it's like someone's like, "Will you play Wonderwall?" I said maybe. Fuck Wonderwall.
So there
I
was
like
a
Oasis,
Be
though.
the
there
one
was a
that saves
Zeppelin.
me.
I think that Oasis is actually a very good band, and they're very talented. But the Gallagher brothers are
They're
both
fucked up.
massive fucking
Douches.
assholes.
Wild.
But they're not
Which one is it?
pedophiles,
Is
right?
it Noel?
They're not
or
pedophiles.
Allegedly.
So far.
Allegedly.
Until you do an Iconoblast show on them and realize that they too fucked Lori Maddox, just like everyone else in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She needs a plaque in the Rock and Roll Hall of
Dude,
Fame.
seriously, apparently that's probably how you get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is by fucking Lori Maddox.
All right, let's wrap
Just
this
kidding.
fucking
You
show
can't-
up
you
while
can't do
he serenades us
so-
with this beautiful guitar.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us once again for the Iconoblast podcast. I have been joined by Boston Joe and, as usual, Joel Benner. And Boston Joe is playing an amazing Led Zeppelin song right now.
Yeah,
You can
follow us on Instagram.
You can follow us on Instagram at Iconoblast Podcast. You can follow me at Coop Nukem. You can follow Joel at Joel R. Benner. You can follow Boston Joe
Boston Joe 16, and I'm
Boston-
so close to 1,000 followers. Please,
Don't stop playing.
please. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, come on, man! You were just talking
on,
about
what
how
are you doing?
how you're able to sing and play at the same time.
You can try.
So yeah, you can follow Boston Joe at Boston Joe 16. Join us next week for, I believe, Mike Tyson Part 1.
Oh, so you're Boston Joe 16 because the Led Zeppelin thing, because pedophile shit. You like 16-year-olds?
Well, no, because in a lot of
no.
places the age of consent is 16.
16.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us this week. We will see you again next week. And now just enjoy the wonderful sound of Boston Joe playing guitar.
Jimmy Page is a pedophile.
Thank you.